Child testimony in Utah custody cases. Why a blanket ban is legally indefensible. Utah courts love to say, generally, we don't want kids testifying. It sounds noble. It sounds protective, doesn't it? But legally, it's indefensible. Utah statutes explicitly allow judges to inquire into a child's desires and other experiences when custody or parent time is disputed. And you can't meaningfully inquire into a child's views without actually hearing from the child himself. Utah's evidence rules start with a simple presumption. Every witness is competent unless proven otherwise. There is no carve-out that says, except children. There is no rule that says, if a PGAL is appointed, the child is barred from speaking. Those ideas are cultural, not legal. More importantly, judges cannot exclude competent, relevant testimony simply because they prefer not to hear it. And they definitely can't rely on hearsay, whether that be PGAL summaries they try to slip in, or therapist notes, third-hand accounts, while silencing the actual declarant. That violates basic fairness. Policy arguments don't rescue the problem either. The claim that testifying is inherently harmful isn't supported by evidence. Children testify in other courts all the time. If discomfort were enough to silence a witness, half the criminal justice system would collapse. And the idea that kids shouldn't feel responsible for the outcome completely misses the point. Children don't decide custody, judges do. Hearing a child's perspective doesn't hand the child control. It gives the court insight. Then there's the intimidation argument. Judges are scary. Maybe. But so are PGALs, evaluators, therapists, attorneys, and parents. They're adults. They can intimidate children. We don't silence every witness who might feel intimidated anyway. We create a safe, controlled, private setting for the testimony. That's what in-camera recorded interviews are for, and they are permitted under Utah law. The truth is simple. A blanket ban on child testimony is not supported by statute, evidence, rules, or logic. It's a preference masquerading as principle, and it deprives courts of the one source of information no adult can replace, the child's first-hand account of their own lives. A competent child with relevant information has the right, and the court has the duty, to be heard. Anything less is legally and morally indefensible.